Dollar. Dirt on money, no soul. Had to go and get it, ain't no time to kick it. Got a stack of flip for my foes. Dollar. Please tell me you can hear me. Don't turn your back and don't neglect me. Just let me know if you need me. Dollar. Let me watch out for my partners. Keep my money long, get my team strong. Let me run away from my problems.
Yo, what's good, original crew, man? We're back with a new Sunny V2. My bad, y'all. We got Dance Monkey. Never heard of it. The song that destroyed this creator's life. Or maybe I have and not even paid attention. You know, you be on social media, you hear stuff, and you just keep moving on with your life. You know, same way some of y'all see us, and you just keep moving on with your life. That's part of life, ain't it? Right? Mm-hmm. All right, so with that being said, before we get into it, man, make sure you check out the links in the description box.
Down below.
You already know where to go if you want the first part. All you have to do is check out down below. Also, if you enjoyed today's visuals,
like it with a thumbs up.
Well, I highly appreciate it. But let's hop into it, y'all. Let's check it out. Let's see what's about. You ready?
I'm ready.
Let's get into it, man.
People were so offended by how I looked. Sometimes I just want to tell myself I copied as much as anyone else, and I'm not the new Nickelback.
It's the world's most streamed song by a female artist, but Dance Monkey's 3 billion plays ruined Tones and I's life.
I don't think I've been happy one day since all this stuff has happened.
Not to mention the song itself is way more depressing than most people realize. You see, Tones and I first wrote Dance Monkey whilst performing her songs in the street, where on one particular night she dealt with a super difficult crowd.
The whole crowd was very drunk and rowdy.
Over a 30-minute period, Tones had all her money stolen, was told by an onlooker she had no talent, and had her keyboards knocked over as the rest of the crowd demanded she keep on playing.
I had like a real bad night where like people were just like again, like they weren't even chanting one more song. I'd done like 6 encores.
She'd therefore make the chorus dance for me, dance for me, dance for me, referring to hecklers egging her on.
I just took everything that people had said to me and put it in a song, like just sing one more time.
And by the time she finally wrote it, her confidence had been destroyed.
And I wrote it in the wardrobe because I still got nervous about people listening and hearing me stuff up when I'm writing music and go over and over again on the same thing. So I like really nestle myself in a small space.
However, by playing the song on the street, she attracted an audience of hundreds, all of whom couldn't stop listening despite the song being unreleased.
You couldn't hear the song anywhere. It was nowhere. You could only hear it live. And that's the only place you could hear it. And word started getting around about this song with no way to stream it. People would come down when I was busking just to hear it.
In one video titled Tones and I NYE in Byron Bay, the uploader stated, "Don't know the name of the song, but I got a big fan of her for the first go," with the video itself showing hundreds of people listening to Tones, one of whom you can hear yelling, "Coolest night of my life." A different TikTok showed a similar scene, having filmed Dance Monkey on the street before its release, captioned with the title, "I just recorded it because I thought the song was good." Dance Monkey made her street performances so popular, Tones' manager stated by the end of the first song at least 20 would stop by. By the end of the third, there
Low-key, that's smart. This is a smart strategy. I like it for a new age artist. It's something different. I wouldn't like for multiple people to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know who tried to do something like that, but it didn't go right?
Oh.
Sweetie. I remember her doing something like that, and it didn't go right. But she got on it was like, was it Venice Beach or something? But I remember her. I'm like, that's not the type of artist you go out there and do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, say for instance, if like her or Bryson Tiller go out and do something like this, you know what I'm saying? Just pull up somewhere, like, you know what I'm saying, the regular streets and perform songs that people never heard before, just to see how people will perceive it. As far as the genre of music we listen to, everybody listens to multiple different genres. I'm just using it for our purposes of people we listen to. Like, now, if Justin Bieber did something like that, I don't think it would be, you know, like, the bigger you get, I wouldn't want to see, you know what I'm saying? Like Beyonce, nah. But like an up and comer or somebody who haven't been seen in a while, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, say for instance, like Big Sean. Big Sean had came back. It was just doing different songs in random little pop-up areas.
It sound like people that take like these hiatuses.
And
they
you
like,
just pop up and like, and it just be a random pop-up. Supposed to be, yo, you won't believe who, and then you hear this music, and you know what I'm saying? But you have to be on one of those type of artists, like more kind of went on a hiatus, but look
But
clean.
do you think people will actually take to that? Because some people think when you get to, I guess when you do that, people will look at it, I feel like, in a negative way.
So another artist who did it before, but his was more of a on a different level was J. Cole, Dollar in the Dream Tour, where he used to throw these random concerts, like he'll pop up. It'd be a pop-up concert of $1, and you find out about it that weekend. And he only charged you $1 to come see him. So $1 in the Dream concert.
They're going to a venue.
They're going to a venue.
See, that's different. I'm talking about like being out on the street. I think it's
Wale. Let me just throw that to you. Wale. What about that? You think he an artist that could do it?
I'm not saying they can't do it. I'm just trying to think of how people are so negative, and people look at it as, oh, this person has fell off because they are on the street. You know, I think it's different when like
Eminem.
no one knows you.
I think Eminem could do it.
I think anyone can do it. I think you're missing the point. What I'm saying, anyone can do it.
I get what you. I get what you're doing.
Like
I
people
get,
on the internet are just so negative, and they don't understand or try to understand the reason why people are doing what they're doing, or see the good that can come from behind it.
The reason and the reason why I'm saying certain artists and I'm throwing those artists' names out, I'm trying to enrant it to them, is because these artists are some of the ones that are more mysterious.
Yeah,
like they don't put their life on blast.
Yeah.
Me, if I see Beyonce doing it, I really like, oh, okay, it's Beyonce. And I think the only reason why I was like, I wouldn't want to see Beyonce do it, because I think she'll draw in too big of a crowd. Yeah. And it'll be too like cause commotion for the people. Like too much will be going on when it comes down to the people. But like I think like some of the names I said, even Eminem, I feel like he will generate a lot of traffic. But I think people will know how to move more better and won't be as crazy. Cause certain people got crazy. Like Nicki. If Nicki did it, her fan base is crazy, bro. Like it'll be too much of a commotion.
Yeah.
But like Eminem, I feel like his fan base, even though they will be wild, I don't think they'll be as wild and crazy as that. You get what I'm saying? And Eminem is older. But I do like the tactic of it though, because it's different.
No, I love it. I love the idea.
You got anybody else you think could do it?
I think anyone could do it. And I think that's what you said. I feel like anyone could do it. Everyone is not on the same mindset to like understand the reasoning why people are doing it. And I feel like some people look at things so negatively, or they'll like be like, oh, this person, guess you won't. I don't know. I think I'm kind of like,
I think an up and coming artist that has some type of traction.
Yeah. Like
not just a random up and coming artist, because people walk past them all the time. You can find them in the subway in New York. You can find them downtown Nashville on Broad Street. You can find them on LA at Venice Beach. You can find plethora of artists that do this. But I'm saying like an up and coming that you might have a song that's gaining some traction or something. I think this would be a good marketing scheme. Yeah. To kind of like just do random pop-ups around the country and try to see how people are taken to other music. But some where people, you can still be recognizable though.
Yeah, I think it's a great idea.
Yeah.
His manager stated by the end of the first song at least 20 would stop by. By the end of the third there was at least 50, and by the end of the set 150 would be gathered. We were getting shut down by the police in a few weeks. The crowds were spilling onto the street and becoming dangerous, with her local fame causing other unrelated issues.
Other buskers started getting angry at me. Some started a Facebook group and were like, we're going to run Tones out of town, like for no reason. They just hated how big the crowds were getting.
As a result, Tones took her act to a hostel where it became even bigger.
Everyone just started coming to the hostel, and all of a sudden this hostel was at full capacity, 500 people. They couldn't let anyone in every single week, just because people wanted to come, waited through the whole 2.5-hour talent show for this one song at the end, which was like the craziest thing. Everyone knew all the words.
Describing that period as her happiest days ever.
I always say that was easily the best time in my life.
She'd achieved everything she ever wanted and still had no plans to release music publicly.
Always obviously just wanted to be a busker. I never anticipated even releasing music.
But having gained 14,000 followers from Busking, Tone spent $800 to record and release Dance Monkey.
Also, I'll say this. I doubt people will actually do this. I think it's a genius marketing idea because like labels and stuff, they only think about the dollar.
Yeah, so
they don't think about the long term, so they're not gonna be like,
money.
It's not making money.
Sense.
Yeah, they like, oh, you got to drop it on. Like But this is the way you can have a song trending longer because it's not on social
people
media.
Will have to show up. They will have to pop out and either listen or record, and it's just going. People like, look, and you can't get it unless you're like showing up to wherever they're at.
Because nowadays people overplay a song. Like they over drown it out. They overuse it for every little sound bite because it's on streaming platforms, and they overdo it. And it just get to the point where you like, hey, I don't want to hear it anymore. Yeah. It's not that you don't like it. It's just the masses now are overplaying it to the point where you dislike it. Yeah. And it's like, but this is a good strategy at the end of the day. It's just, I know on a business side, it's a horrible strategy because we're not monetizing it. And by the time you do put it out on streaming platforms, people gonna be like, well, I already heard it enough times. I don't want to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So let me ask you this. If you had an artist doing this, how long would you have them do it?
Before you ask me that question, is she on a label? Or is she just, she just by herself?
I don't know.
Or is she just doing it? Because she said she didn't really want to do but are you
obviously
in general?
if she got a manager, and if your manager is really working with you, hopefully you got a publishing deal. So even if you got a publishing deal, your publishing company or whoever you signed through will like for you to have that music already being able to generate some revenue.
Yeah, okay, you can go ahead and ask me a question.
Oh, I was just saying, how long would you want them to perform like this? Because you're not making money. Unless you start getting the venues and you start getting percentage of the door.
I wouldn't do it longer than probably, maybe a few weeks.
Okay.
I'll probably do a max 5 to 6 weeks.
I was finna say a month to 6 weeks. See, capitalize on it. Get everybody
5 to 6
talking.
Weeks is still a little bit over.
That's still a long time, though.
That's a month. What, in 2 weeks? A month and a week.
Month and a week.
5 weeks.
Yeah.
So no longer than that, just to get that traction and you really see how people, and then from there, even while it's in the works, within that month or a little bit over, I'm already getting things together because I see how people are.
And get your follow up track ready too.
Most definitely.
As one of her first official songs, she had no expectations.
I didn't even think I'd get played on radio in Australia.
Although the outcome turned out to be the opposite. The success Tones found locally was repeated on the radio.
Pretty much when I released it, we saw the same thing happen, but in a way bigger scale, that what had already been happening for 8 months on the street.
Topping charts in Australia just 30 days after Dance Monkey's release. 2 weeks after hitting #1, Tones released the music video, which gained 1.6 million views in just over a month, leading to her first festival invite, which slightly exceeded expectations. Tones was scheduled as the first act on a terrible stage.
I opened the whole festival, and usually there's about 200 people at this stage.
Although, as can be seen by the official festival video, she managed to attract a slightly larger audience.
There was like 40,000 people. The video of me online at Splendor in the Grass with the red on is that. The set after me had like 500 people there.
The music video hit 10 million views only 1 month later, celebrated with an Instagram post reading, "Old Town Road has been #1 on iTunes for 14 weeks. Until now, motherfuckers." 1 month after this, when the video was at 100 million views, Tones made another post reading, "I have the #1 most streamed song on Spotify worldwide at the moment, and an Aussie artist has never done that before."
And then it stayed on the top of Spotify for like a record-breaking amount of time. It bet all the Shazam records.
Before becoming the highest streamed song ever by a female artist on Spotify. Tones and I had achieved what her biggest idols couldn't.
Beyonce hasn't done that. Ariana Grande hasn't done that. Nicki Minaj and Taylor Swift, they've never done what that song has done.
And while Tones maintained that she loved the song, this is where the problem started.
The problem starts is when your first known song from you as an artist that most people know you for is way bigger than you as an individual. And that's the reason why a lot of people be like, if the song is ever so big to the point where people know you more than they know, they know the song more than they know you.
Yeah.
That's kind of a downfall to your career. You don't want your first song to be like that big of a hit, because it's hard to follow.
Yeah.
Because now even the labels themselves are going to be wanting you to follow
up with it, and it has to be even bigger.
And that's hard, bro.
That's a lot of pressure.
And honestly, everybody she's saying, career never went like that. They grinded way longer than her. Like everybody's like this person has never. This person
up, yeah,
like they actually had the right come up though, because like that's the reason why there's a certain thing called one hit wonders.
Yeah.
They come out with a mega hit. It's their first song people, the masses know. Not necessarily the first song they ever create. Not necessarily the first song their fans found them from. But I'm talking about as far as the masses.
Put them on a different scale.
Yeah. Put you on a different viewership. And once that is so big, you can't. It's hard to follow.
It's hard to follow.
And a lot of people can't follow. And either they fail, the pressure gets to them.
And everyone that she just named, like these people have been around. Hits. Like you've seen them like grow from this young girl to what they are now. Like superstars. So
there's nothing wrong with having hits.
Yeah.
But you don't want a mega hit as your first major record people find you from.
Yeah.
And I love the song so much. People think I hate it. It just defines me, and I need that to stop. That one song that I wrote when I was on the street should not define the rest of my life.
As mentioned, the song became so popular it was all that she was known for. If she played the song first at festivals, people would simply leave.
Sometimes when I go overseas, I have to end on that song, because if I do Dance Monkey Second Love, everyone's going to the other stage and I'm sitting here playing Fly Away to my friends.
But if she played the song at the end, people wouldn't stop demanding it.
There was one festival I went and played, and in between every song, they were like, Dance Monkey, dance, which is like kind of like crippling as an artist.
Rolling Stone added to this by writing, during her first festival appearance at New Zealand's Bay Dreams, a section of the crowd chanted Dance Monkey over and over, unwittingly feeding into the exact narrative the song was about.
I've seen this firsthand, and what she said is so true. Especially when you got that hit and people only know you for that one song. Because that's what people, they're going to show up. That's the only thing they care about.
And even if your other music is great, people won't even take the time out to actually listen and like grow to love your other music, because this is all they know and all they want. You gave this to them without being on platforms for 8 months or longer. I just heard her say 8 months or whatever. Like, what do you expect, honestly? That was a long time to be giving somebody just like that song. Like for 8 months straight on the street. People can't like go on Spotify or iTunes or whatever, Apple Music.
And they can't go find your other music.
Is iTunes still a...
Yeah, we just
don't use it. Apple Music, Spotify.
Yeah, well, is iTunes?
Is it?
I don't know.
That sound real.
I don't use iTunes.
I sounded real. Yeah. But Spotify, Apple Music to actually like, listen to this song when they want to. Like they only can catch it when they can catch it, or if somebody uploaded it online.
Yeah. The popularity of the song took off, and not necessarily the music itself, because that is also for 8 months is too long, because
that's a long time.
They're not gravitating to the other music. They only gravitate to this one song. So you made the song more famous than you as the artist. They was never coming for you. They were only coming for their song.
Because if they coming for you, I'm willing to stay there and listen to anything else that you have to offer. I'm not going to leave and go to the next stage unless it's another artist I really want to see. But other than that, like they don't want your other music.
When I was in college, it's a lot of artists that are on now. They used to bring in. Yeah. And I've told you this story before. Like some of those artists, they had like a hit. Outside of that, because they were so early in their career, you didn't know other music.
Yeah.
So they were like, honestly, the music business, I always tell you, when you're like that, you're on the come up. Most of the time, don't overbook yourself.
Yeah.
Like I know you want to get to the money, but sometimes you gotta space the performances out so people can, you know what I'm saying, not be like, oh, I'm going to see them for what I want to see. Then I'm gone. You know what I'm saying? Because I've seen where artists have came, they always mess up. And they always seen that hit song as their first record.
But you know something?
And the crowd leaves.
But okay. Yeah, because they know that it's a hit.
Yeah, they want to hear that one song. And once you perform it in the beginning, now the rest of the crowd leaves. And now you perform it to, it was 500 or 600 people. Now it's 20, 30 people. And now people going to be like, I was at your concert and now like ain't nobody. So it's shitting on your career, but it's really not.
Yeah.
But
I was also thinking of it in a sense of you not, as an artist, you not really know, like, not that you know that a song is a hit and people love it and gravitate to it, but coming out the gate, like, you don't know what people are going to actually.
She knew though.
Yeah. I'm speaking in general.
Yeah.
I tell you this all the time.
Okay, yeah.
I'm speaking in general. It's so tricky because you never know what the people actually will gravitate to. Like in the studio, you like this is, I love this song. This is, it resonates with you, but you don't know how like people are going to gravitate to.
Cause like somebody like Chris Brown, I think that's what he does. I think he loves all his music, but he doesn't know which one's gonna stick to the people.
Right,
and that's why we get projects with so many songs. Because he's trying to get y'all to, because he loves everything, but he don't know what's gonna stick.
But with a song like this and people like gravitated to it, it's like, dang, how do you follow up?
Man, you should have already put that out on. She should have already put it out on streaming services and other platforms way beforehand, so they can already know your other music, because you over pushed this one song, got so much popularity to now they ain't checking for nothing else.
You're like, now I'm more than just this song. I want to do other things.
Messed
but the
up
people
though.
Like, you gotta get this to us. You gave it to us this long. You gotta keep feeding it to them.
I'm glad we gave because I think 8 months is just too crazy.
Yeah.
That's too much.
During the same article, Tones and I stated, this Dance Monkey thing is like a blessing and a curse. It's opened me up to so many more fans and to have so many people discover my music, but I don't want to be known for that until I die. It was one song I wrote, she says wearily. It's not even near my favorite song.
It's not even in my top 3 or maybe not even top 5.
And her view was likely tainted by the song's other problems. Tones explained her clothing style had come from a lack of confidence.
Chubby, hat wearing, oversized tee. I felt comfortable in those baggy clothes. I wasn't body confident.
Which turned into a point of criticism as she became a public figure.
People were so offended by how I looked. Like, just so offended. And I judged myself as harsh as I could so that I was really prepared. And then it wasn't a tactic anymore. I just started hating myself.
Comments about her appearance at the time were too vile to publish even in Rolling Stone. And when given a chance to respond, Tones stated, I promise you everything that you say, I feel about myself now. I promise you that I feel like shit all the time. So leave me alone now because there's nothing more you can do. This mind frame stained everything that she did.
I could not connect or enjoy the moment because there was this big, you're ugly, you're gross. Doesn't matter what you do, this is offensive.
Reducing her desire to be on social media.
I really don't want to be out there in the world like that.
Instead posting text images such as, last time I checked you didn't need to be pretty to write a good song, and it will be a cold day in hell when I join the club of women that have only gotten somewhere because of what they look like. Thanks. Tones repelled the haters with a genius coping strategy.
Then I just turn my phone off and hang out with my friends and it's all fine.
But for the hate toward the song itself, there was easily 10 times more.
The worst thing about it is the vocals, the goddamn vocals. They're terrible. They are awful.
The criticism began with her voice.
I never ever once thought my voice was different or anything like that. Now the world is telling me that it's different.
While others accused her of using effects to achieve a specific sound.
Everyone seems to think your voice is super weird. A lot of people at the start thought that it was an edit.
Articles such as this one had to clarify her voice was natural, although even then the song was building an army of haters. Dance Monkey by Tones and I is a terrible song. The song Dance Monkey is fucking atrocious. Dance Monkey is the worst song in history, and I will never forgive humanity for making it popular. Even Jenna Ortega slammed the song by adding, if anyone ever played that in my house, they're instantly being kicked out, while Tones' live performance on Australian radio.
It sounds like, honestly, people just gotta know what we're hearing all the time. That's what I think. Like, I always tell you, like, I do feel like people play out songs.
Yeah.
Because at first, when it wasn't easy accessible, because we live in, like I always say, we live in a popcorn age. We live in very much so popcorn. Everybody wants everything so fast. Things come and go so fast. That microwave. Nobody wants to take the time and let things season. But it's like, everybody want to keep up with the next person. Yeah. Everybody want, what you listen to? Oh, I want to listen to that too. Or I want to show people I'm listening. Everybody wants to feel like they fitting in with the crowd. You know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta make sure that people know I like this same way they like it. I gotta. It's
or
like
vice versa.
It's like literally right now we live in high school as in the real world.
Yeah.
It's like we literally are living out high school years in the real world now, and it sucks because everybody wants to fit in with the in crowd. Everybody wanna. It's all about the numbers. How many people like you? How many likes you get? How many views you get? Nobody can be like, hey, I'm just being myself. I'm just being who I am.
Facts.
So it's not the fact that the people started to dislike the music. It's just once one person say something, they want to roll with the masses.
And that's kind of like what I said to you earlier. We were talking about something else, had nothing to do with this, but I was like, it's so crazy how people switch up so quick.
Oh yeah.
Like people like running with you.
And you never told me why you said that.
I can't remember what we was talking about. I mean, I do remember, but it was just random. I mean, it was cool. Whatever you was talking about, you had brought us something up or showed me something. Yeah. And I was like, it's just so crazy because now you see like so much negative stuff towards certain people. But just a few weeks ago, this person was your favorite or this person could do no wrong or no, whatever. Mm-hmm. But people switch like overnight because somebody told you that this is how you should think. You shouldn't like this person. So now you don't like this person for whatever reason, their music or whatever it is. Yeah. But yeah.
Achieved a pretty depressing record.
I am the only Leica version in the history of Triple J Leica versions that have had to have the comments turned off.
Was it hated simply because it was overplayed?
People say, I used to like the song and then it got so overplayed. It's always on radio. I can't escape it.
Whatever the reason, it was making Tone's life hell.
You know what's so crazy? I used to like when songs, I guess growing up, we would call it overplayed, but it wasn't annoying like it is now. Because overplayed back in the day was, I'm always hearing on the radio. When I go in the store, I'm hearing it. But when I go home, I don't hear it.
You don't hear it. But
nowadays, I go in the store here, I hear it on the radio, which most people don't listen to radio. But now, every time you go on a social media app, no matter which app it is, every app want to push utilization of music and your polls to music utilization and this.
There's like no escaping unless you home and you're not.
Unless you turn your phone off.
Put your phone down, and just be in your own,
But even if you're watching TV now, they're going to put an ad, use the ad with the most popular song now.
True.
And it's like
turn
no escape.
Turn the TV off. Go to sleep.
But that I shouldn't have to do that to be able.
You shouldn't have to, but I'm just saying that's the only way to escape. It seems like nowadays they're we living in now.
Because you got to think about it. Like we used to hear Britney Spears, Backstreet Boys, all the time. Walking through the mall.
I got put on to a lot of people from hearing songs in the store, like in the mall.
Yeah.
Like one of my favorites. I had got put on to her because I was in a clothing store in the mall back home.
Yeah.
And I heard her song come on in the store, and I was like. And I remembered the lyrics in my head so I could go Google them.
Yeah.
And then I found, but it was Jessie J.
Oh,
I got put onto her from
the mall
from a song. It was playing in the clothing store.
What, like West Hill or something? Probably.
It was the one.
Aeropostale or Abercrombie?
No, it wasn't Aeropostale. It was I can't remember.
American
it was
Eagle,
one of the. It was across from the shoe. From the shoe.
Probably American Eagle.
Was it American Eagle? It was back there in the corner.
It's probably
when you passed the pizza. It was. I'm describing them all
back
home.
Oh, yeah.
It's the one back home.
Abercrombie across. Abercrombie and Fence used to be across from the pizza.
Was it Abercrombie? No, not right across. Not the one that used to smell strong.
But down.
It was
but
down
there was more.
in the
It was like a girl.
Yeah.
It was a girl spot.
Something like that. It was just for women.
Spot.
Yeah.
But
I had got put on to her. So like listening to music back then, like I mean, I guess it was good because sometimes you didn't know every single person.
You know, one of my favorite memories as a child.
What?
It's like one time we took a visit at Opera Mills, right? Mm-hmm. And I remember I was young.
Yeah.
But the mall was so packed, like it was so crowded. But they had this group performing as the Backstreet Boys, and they was doing one of. They were doing a dance and everything, the whole choreography, but it wasn't them. It was like just they were just doing a cover and they were performing. And I remember people just standing, watching and singing. And times were so great back then. Nowadays, bro, malls are dead.
Right.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like how people say stuff. Yeah. But nowadays, let a song like that come out, it will be overly played out within a month's time.
But it's so crazy. I really
Times
don't
have
get it
changed.
because I'm like, y'all are the one, like y'all made the song,
popular,
and then now it's like, oh, let's throw it in the trash. We don't want to hear it anymore.
They play it out.
That's so crazy. Stop saturating yourself with one type of.
Just because you hear somebody else playing, don't mean you got to put something else on your thing.
I don't know,
everybody
man.
wants to use the same nowadays.
Yeah.
It's always on radio. I can't escape it.
Whatever the reason, it was making Tone's life hell.
I didn't like myself at all. I preempted hate. I would just see myself through the most hateful hater's eyes.
In the process, Tones had to deal with a stalker.
I got probably a message every 3 minutes, sent presents to people that know me, messaged my random friends that they've never met. This person lived overseas and left and went home and then said they're coming back for me and actually came back.
Although surprisingly, Nicki Minaj might have been a bigger problem. You see, Dance Monkey had been topping the charts for almost half a year, at which point Nicki Minaj released a new song, telling her followers to do whatever you can to get it to #1. Well, rather than, listening to Nicki's song, her fans instead tore down Tones and I in a pretty lousy way.
Honestly, I ain't gonna F it. Sometimes you gotta say F. That's her fan base.
Yeah,
they are so I ain't gonna hold you. You can be a supporter of someone but without being crazy. But a lot with her fans and her support system, they are crazy. A lot of them are weird. I ain't gonna say all of y'all, but a lot of y'all that are super fans of hers, y'all are grown as hell. This woman don't give two F's about y'all. She just want to make sure that she keeps trending.
Yeah.
So y'all go out y'all grown ways to make her, and y'all be at home struggling. Y'all don't live half of the life she living.
Yeah.
But y'all want to make sure she y'all be overly fanned out.
And it's a thing, you can get whoever your favorite is to do what you got to do as far as listening to the music, streaming the music, doing whatever, but you don't have to tear other people down by trying to lift, the next person
But
up.
that's all they know how to do though.
But,
I ain't gonna hold you. It ain't
sad.
just hers though.
It's a lot. It's a lot. It's sad. I see it all the time.
Facts.
They put racist signs or swastikas everywhere over my stuff and then reposted it on Twitter,
pushing Tones toward her breaking point. She described her haters to be beating me over and over again until I'm sitting here crying in my own home. No one even understands how bad it really is. Winning 4 arias failed to fix anything.
No one could have ever prepared me for the whole world judging me and comparing you to other artists.
Which was followed by a Facebook post reading, people always say, Tones, how does that feel? It must feel great. What are you feeling? You must be over the moon. It does, and I don't want to take anything away, but I have been hiding a black hole for a while now. With success comes judgment and opinions. This I was prepared for. It's normal, which is sickening, but the relentless bullying that follows every proud moment tears my mind in two. Tones was also frustrated by the media.
and I felt dirty when people made shit up about me, and I felt gross, they could say anything and they did.
To the extent that she was happy to see the song's popularity fading.
Here comes the weekend with Blinding Lights. I'm like, good on ya, mate. Marietta's like, oh, it might go back to #1 next week. I'm like, oh no, I want to move on with my life.
It's therefore no surprise she'd state, I don't want to just try to chase that song. I loathe that song a lot of the time. A lot of times I don't want to sing it, instead turning lemons into lemonade with an album called Madhouse, documenting the highs and lows of unexpected fame. The whole ordeal also inspired a weight loss journey.
Here's an exclusive. I've actually just lost 30 kilos.
Leading to positive articles for the first time in a long time. Tones therefore also added this.
After experiencing maybe the biggest high and the biggest low, the highs do outweigh the lows, and now I'm in a place where I see a lot more love.
And now owns the fact that she simply made an awesome song.
I'm so thankful for that song, and I'm so proud of that song, and I'll never not be.
That's crazy though. But I have heard the song before. I kind of remember the catchy hook. Yeah. It was a very popular song.
I haven't heard it.
Yeah, you have. You have. I'll play it after this just for copyright, so you can hear it.
Purposes.
But you have heard it before.
Have I?
Yes, you have. Trust and believe. You're gonna be like, oh,
I probably
dance for me, dance. Yeah, you have. You have.
I probably have, y'all.
Yeah, I'm telling you, you have.
He's
But
telling
it
me I
ain't.
have.
It's nothing we would go and press play on.
I may.
But you
my
no, you have heard it. I want to see how many
No, you
views.
said it's nothing I'll go press play. I said I may have. I may.
Do I hear you? Do I think? Damn, 2.1 bill. Okay, I like to see that. Shout out to her. But y'all spam us up, man. Let us know y'all thoughts about it for us in the comment section down below. Then we talked enough. But as always, y'all know how it go, man. I do go by the name DJ New Kid. This is
Sierra Coach.
We Are. We out.
Go and get it, ain't no time to kick it. Got a stack of flip for my foes. Dollar, 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 dollar. Please tell me you can hear me.